All right, appreciate you guys being here. Looking forward to our opportunity, getting into preparation right now for a game Sunday night, wild card divisional round playoff game. So we're going to be working as hard as we can to be as prepared as we can to go try to play our best game at the most important time of the year. And that's what we're working hard for. Really excited about the opportunity for our players, for our coaches, for our fans. Looking forward to it, and we'll be ready. What questions do you have?
John, we didn't ask you about Gus Edwards after the game yesterday. Have you gotten any updates on how he's doing?
Yeah, I've got some updates, but it's just in the process with the concussion protocol right now, so we'll see where that goes.
John, with Lamar, I mean, that's kind of the big question a lot of people were asking about. Do you expect him to practice this week?
Well, like I've been saying, I don't really have an update right now to share with you. We'll have our injury report out on Wednesday because I won't have a chance to talk to you between now and then. That's kind of where we're at. So,
Coach, how beneficial was it resting those guys yesterday as far as having going to the playoffs next week?
Excuse me?
How beneficial was it to rest some of those guys yesterday to have them ready for the playoffs?
How beneficial was it? Well, we'll see. We'll see how beneficial it was. That's to be determined.
Went into the thought process of who to start and who to sit down. A lot of the offensive guys obviously set, but quite a few starters on the defense.
Yeah, it was a little bit about where guys were at, with it just physically, at this stage, just in my judgment, where they were at. Little things sometimes add up, or if I felt like they needed some rest. I mean, you don't have too many options. It's not like a preseason game. So that's what we did, and most of the guys played, obviously. It's not, I think a lot is made out of that unnecessarily, really. I thought a lot of guys played. They played well. The guys who come in and play are expected to play just as well, and for the most part, they did.
John, you guys made a couple roster moves on Saturday with waiving Deshaun Jackson and Nick Boyle. I know you brought a couple back from IR. Are they still in your plans to bring back? And I guess more specifically with Nick, everything he's been through physically the last couple of years, how tough is it to make a move like that if he isn't coming back? Yeah,
right. That's a great question. I mean, Nick's a guy that's been here for long time, and we've been through a lot. And Nick is playing good football, even this year. He's played a lot of football this year. So it's a roster move that we had to make. We have some options with that, in terms of bringing him back or possibly the practice squad, things like that. So I would still say Nick's still in our plans. Deshaun, I just can't say enough about Deshaun. I just really enjoyed being around him. He's a good guy, and a fun guy to be around, and a competitive guy. And I'm just kind of appreciative that we had a chance to get to know him a little bit, because I never really knew him, throughout the course of our paths never really crossed. So, but we'll just be moving forward from there on that.
John, can you talk about the crop of rookies that you had this year, and just their development from, that being drafted to the conclusion of the regular season?
Yeah. It's a great point, really. I mean, we've played a lot of rookies. We are a very young team. We've got some good veteran leadership, but we're also a very young team. And rookies, they make plays a lot of times. They show you they flash their potential future, but sometimes they learn too. They learn on the job, and you have to put them out there and give them a chance to learn. We have a lot of rookies, so we have a lot of guys out there learning on the job right now. I'm happy about that. You guys got to coach through the mistakes they might make, or the experiences that they might have that they need to learn from. So that's kind of where we're at.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, do you feel like what Kohler showed you, what Ajaba showed you here in this final game could mean, hey, maybe you'll play a little bit more of a bigger role in the playoffs? Oh,
definitely. That's exactly, if that's where you're going with it. Those guys have all proven that they can play. They have a valuable role for us. Those two guys specifically, I thought, did a really good job. And some of the guys that have been playing all along, take Isaiah Likely, add him into the mix there. And others. I mean, Pepe was out there playing, did a good job. So I'm not going to think of everybody off the top of my head, but I'm really happy with those guys.
John, with Likely, we've seen him have some of these big games. Mark Andrews isn't on the field. Do you feel like that you can still get maybe not the same 100-yard type of production from him with Andrews on the field, but do you feel like he could still be a focal point of this offense, this pass offense, when they're both on the field together?
Isaiah and Mark? Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. That's absolutely affirmative, yes. Those guys, they'll be out there together plenty, for sure. We have a lot of options, with the tight ends, and we plan on using them.
John, we haven't been able to talk to Lamar since he's been in trying to recover from the knee injury. I'm sure you've interacted with him. How has he, this is I'm sure he would love to get out there and be out there, but how has he been during this period when he hasn't been able to get out there and be with
Did you ask about Lamar?
Lamar, yeah.
Lamar's been in great spirits. I mean, he has been. He's been working super hard. He's out there again today. I mean, I don't watch the workouts with the trainers. It's with the trainers, and hopefully it's progressing to the point where he can get to practice it sometime soon. I mean, that's really what we're all hoping for sure, and when we have something to report on that, we will, honestly. I mean, it's just the truth of it. But he's been great. He's always in good spirits. He wants to play. There's no doubt. That's my feeling. I'm a Lamar. I love Lamar. I love Lamar. I love everything about Lamar. Always have, always will. So he's working hard. Been in good spirits.
John, back to the receivers. Obviously we've seen just how productive the tight ends can be, but the wide receivers, maybe not the best day on Sunday, but what do you need from them for this offense to be what you want to be in the postseason?
Yeah, we're going to make some plays. I mean, make some plays. We did have a chance to make some plays Sunday, so come up with that. Sammy made some plays out there, did a really good job, and made some plays. We had other chances. We didn't always make those plays. So you talk to some guys. I mean, we look at the blocking as well, and I don't want to. I understand your point. We want them in the pass game production, but I want to say, they're working hard and they're fighting and competing out there to help us any way they can. And we need them to make the plays for us, and I know they want to, and we did make a few plays in the game.
There was an article out of Cincinnati, a lot of comments from Bengals players feeling like there was borderline dirty stuff from some of your guys. I mean, in reviewing the game, did you see anything from either side that struck you as sort of outside of the realm of normal competitiveness between rivals? Or
Right. Well, I mean, I studied the game really closely, obviously. Anybody can. And it's clear, our players played a clean game, as they always do. And millions of fans watched the game as well, and they saw the same thing. So I would just say let them be the judges. But I'm not going to get into that. I don't get into that with other teams, nor about other teams. Never have, never will.
John, not really related to that, but the last couple of years, have you sensed an elevated feeling to this rivalry because the Bengals have risen to where they are in this league relative to, say, 5-6 years ago? I hate comparison questions, but does it feel like a different rivalry now with the Bengals?
No, it's always been good rivalry.
I think you got Marcus Williams back like a month ago. Before that, you got Roquan. Do you see the growth of just the reps in practice and game in terms of just being able to execute what you want to do, the pass coverage from all that time together now?
With Marcus and Roquan and integrating. Okay, the secondary and everybody integrating. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the time on task, practice and games and meetings, these guys being 100% focused and locked in on building what we're trying to build, on that side of the ball, has been very effective, and it's showing up in the way we're playing. It's been very impressive. But no one's sitting on their hands. We've got a big challenge in front of us against an offense that obviously is very confident and very talented, and we're looking forward to that challenge.
Coach, kind of going along with that with Roquan, in his post-game presser yesterday, he said that he was excited probably about 6 or 7 times. How important has his attitude been as a leader on this team since he's gotten here?
Yeah, very important. It's a great point. I mean, Roquan, and not just Roquan. I mean, you can talk about a bunch of guys. Chuck Clark, Calais Campbell. And again, I'm going to forget guys. I mean, you can talk about the Houstons, the JPPs, the young guys, Tyus Bowser, Marlon, Marcus. I mean, I wish I could name every guy in the defense because I think it goes to all those guys. It's a team game. But to your specific question about Roquan, he has been fantastic that way. He's all about it. He doesn't worry about what people think. He doesn't care. He wants to do the things that are required to do to be a great player and to be a great unit and then to impact your team. That's what he's all about, 100%. That's what I love about him. He's one of the top guys I've ever seen that way, and I think that does always impact everybody as a leader for sure. I want all of our guys to lead that way.
John, when you think back over the season, was that moment when J.K. Dobbins decided to get the second knee surgery, was that sort of an under-the-radar big moment? Because it really has been a smashing success, as I think you called it, a few weeks after the surgery.
Probably. I mean, I guess I don't really rate above the radar and under the radar like that, you know, but I think it was a big deal. You know, I think he made a really smart decision to have the surgery. Only he knew how the knee felt. And when they went in, Dr. Currow, who's one of the the best in the world at what she does, went in there and saw what she saw, real time, and she said, "Hey, this is something that was required." So he did the right thing, and she did a great job, and he's done an amazing job. Nobody works harder. Nobody wants to be back more than JK. So I love the guy. I mean, I give him a hug every time I see him if I can. If it wouldn't start getting uncomfortable, and he's a good dude, and he wants to win. He wants to play, and he'll be back out there next week.
John, because of the uncertainty of your quarterback's health, if Anthony Brown were to have to play a playoff game, how huge is a full game's experience in Cincinnati last week for him in that scenario?
Yeah, Jerry. Heck yeah, it's big. And it's big. It won't be his first full game out there. It'll be his second full game. So he's a great guy. He's gonna be ready to go if called upon. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna put our best foot forward. And I'm pretty excited about our chances.
John, what about this team gives you confidence in being able to go on a postseason run?
This team is what gives me confidence about going on a postseason run. Everything about this team. This team has what it takes to win at this time of year, and that's what matters. So everything else is kind of fades to the background. All the big picture stuff. What comes to the foreground is doing what you have to do to win a game, win one game in the most important time of the year, playing winning football for 60 minutes. Playoff winning football. So that's what we'll be focusing on.
As much of a challenge as
I know you're focused solely on the Bengals, but can I take you back to 2002? You were with the Eagles. Donovan McNabb missed the final, I think, 6 or 7 games that year. Final 6 or 7 games of the regular season, and then started the postseason after missing all that. Kind of a similar situation here. You remember that? Do you remember Donovan missing it and coming back? He actually won when he came back. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we went to the championship game, right?
Yes. Because
You lost in the championship game. Did we lose to St. Louis in the championship game?
You beat Vic in the division.
Got a punt return back across the 50 for the last drive. They were pumping crowd music in there in the old dome in St. Louis. It's since been ruled illegal. I swear to God, I still got a headache from that. I think I lost half of my hearing that day. But
do you remember anything about Donovan McNabb?
I didn't throw you off the scent there, did I? I remember. Yeah. I mean, it's just he came back. I mean, I remember him playing. He played great. Yeah, that's what I remember. I wasn't coaching Donovan per se, but I was there, and I remember Donovan, working hard to get back. It's another guy. I love Donovan McNabb. I mean, he's one of the great competitors. And those teams went to 3 straight AFC Championship games and got in the Super Bowl. And a lot of hard fought moments with those guys. So to your point, yeah. I mean, I see the metaphor, the similarity that you're drawing there.
But I mean, do you remember there was uncertainty? I mean, because I know it was a long time ago, but do you remember there was kind of uncertainty? How would he play after being?
Nah, I really don't. I haven't really thought about that. I mean, you're really taking me the part of my brain that is kind of like, I have to dig that one out. You might have to probe in there to find those memories.
much of a challenge as it is going on the road in a playoff environment. Is there something to the idea that you guys have faced enough adversity to be ready for that, certainly? Like, has what you guys have gone through in terms of injuries and stuff made this team stronger?
I think that's a great point. That's what adversity is for, right? Make you stronger. So the fact that we've dealt with this type of a season prepares us for what we're about to get into. All right. Okay, great, thanks.